it's working. I think it works. Right there. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? What does this button do? Yes, it works. What's up, guys? And today we're going to talk about this shoot that we did at Michael's. Hashtag Michael's Challenge. Go look it up on Instagram. Some people even have like the Hobby Lobby Challenge. And honestly, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just like, there's flowers. We're in Michael's in a store. The lighting in Michael's, perfect. But I'm gonna show you guys some of these pictures and the edits that we went through. Super dope. I had a blast. If you want to know more about what we do at Gooseflock Photography, go to the website www.gooseflock.photography. www.gooseflock.photography. Check us out, hit us up, come hang out, let's schedule a shoot. Other than that, let's check out how we edited some of these photos. All right, so here we are. We're in Lightroom. So like I said, we walked into Michael's, asked them if we could make it happen. They said yes, super cool. Thank you, Michael's in Fairfield. I heart you all. So let's do this. We're gonna go through some of these pictures. This was the first time I ever shot in a retail store, and honestly, I was so lost. Like, there's some shots that I didn't actually edit because they just weren't good. This one was just checking the lighting. This one's pretty cool. This is one of our first ones. You see the before and after here. And all I really did, so I have some presets that I like to use. These are like my custom ones. I have a bunch of Visco presets, some Travel Fields presets. Thank you, Travel Fields. Look him up on YouTube. Actually, I think he changed his name. Anyway, so what I did and what most beginning photographers should do to find your style is to imitate other people and then let that influence what you actually like, right? So what I would do is I would let, like Travel Fields has some really cool teal and orange presets. I would let their presets kind of set the baseline for what I wanted to do. I knew the look that I wanted. I just didn't know how to get it because I was so brand new to Lightroom and editing on the computer. And so I let that kind of be the baseline, and then I would adjust different parameters based on what I wanted to see. And then once that happened, then I was able to just go from like just reset it and put everything at 0. And then I was able to find my own style. So basically, I like the kind of vintage look on this one here. This was the model for the day, Melissa. I like kind of the matte look. That's kind of my preferred style. I love I just love the look of it. We had some other ones. This one's kind of, wait, there's another one. Oh, this is what happens when you have your touch screen out. I'm shooting with an 80D, so maybe you have like a 6D Mark II and you have the touch screen. This is what happens when the touch screen is out and you accidentally press it. It takes random pictures. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go through some other ones. This one was kind of fun. Similar, very similar style of editing, kind of a faded film look. But I really liked the backdrop. I just couldn't, I could have like underexposed her just so I could shoot the backdrop and then layer the file over it. But I really liked the backdrop. I don't know if you can even see it. It was like a wooden, like a wooden palette wallpaper. It was pretty dope. So this was the image, the before and the after. I'll show you a couple other of my favorites. This is one that we tried that didn't turn out well. I don't know. I don't like it personally. And then this is kind of the new thing that I like. It's kind of the editorial look right now is the like you can see her skin tone on this side on the original file, and then on here it almost looks like the image is overexposed, like I should drop the highlights, but the highlights are, I've actually already dropped the highlights. But this is kind of the look that I like now. And it's funny because like your editing style will change. That's what I've noticed. It changes like uh, I don't know, it just changes. I don't know what else to say about it. This is another example of what happens when you touch the touch screen when it's out. We had some other fun attempts. This one was kind of fun. So we got a little closer with her. I was shooting on the you can see up here in the settings, the 24 2.8 for the EFS lens for the crop sensor. I wanted to shoot with my 50, but on a crop sensor, it's so far. It's like almost an 85, and I didn't have enough room. So that's kind of the debate right now. I don't know, like, should I go with the crop sensor or what the deal is? I was even thinking about going full frame recently, and just buying a 6D in the Mark One, and just using that because like it's still good. The low light settings are like, I mean, it's ridiculous, but you can get it on like B&H right now for $100, super cheap. And so I had thought about that, but I don't know. I saw a review by Jared Polin, the Fro Knows Photo guy, and he was just saying, man, he always goes with the newer technology, and so I'm going with him. Jared Polin, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I agree with you. Go with the newer technology. So that's why I'm shooting on the 80D. But this was a really cool image that I enjoyed editing. I'm really pleased with how this one came out. That's not the full image. Let me see if... So that's the full image right there. So that's the original crop. But I just brought it in a little. I don't know. Do you guys like this one wider, or do you guys like it as a square? Like that? Something like that? I don't know. We could figure it out. But that's kind of how I had it. I feel like when the shot was wider, you can actually see the flower pots. So it's kind of weird. Anyway, let's go back. Oh, this one was funny. Where is it at? Where like one eye is sticking out. Is that it? Or was this it? I don't know. We did one that was kind of funny where just one eye was sticking out. Let's go to this one right here. This one was a cool shot. Similar approach to it. Let me do the before and after so you can kind of see. Man, in not Hobby Lobby. Sorry, I didn't mean that. In Michael's, just a cool setup that they have. What was really cool was we were about to leave, and then and I was like, man, these are the only flowers they have. And Melissa was like, no, they got more in the center aisle. So we got over to the center aisle, and I took a bunch of her like, let me see if we can do this. Just walking through the aisle. I don't know how to change it back. All right, so walking. I wasn't too fond of all these because I got too much of the floor, really. I should have just shot it higher. Like this one I like. This one I didn't edit because she's actually out of focus. But this one I like, and I'm actually thinking to crop it almost more like this. Maybe even higher or wider. Let me see. If we do something like that. You know what I mean? Something like that. I think I'm digging that look a little more. Let me see what else there is. We shot through some. So this actually isn't one of the shots we were doing. She was just trying to fix the tags. Like Michael's, if you guys need someone to work for you, you got to hire this girl. She was fixing the tags. She was putting the signs up. Slipping Michael's. Here's one we did, kind of like smelling the flowers. I've really started enjoying having something in the foreground that kind of creates that depth that you're looking for. Add dimensions to it. Let me see what else we got. I'll go through this pretty quickly. This was a fun one. I think she was cleaning, or I think she was fixing a tag here too, but I just took the shot because it kind of looks like she's looking up, like she's in awe of what's above. Come on. That was like a Jesus reference, in awe of what's above. This one is probably my favorite. I don't think that's the full crop. Oh, it is. Um, so what I did with this one was in Photoshop. I learned this from my wife because she's a dope graphic designer. But if you go in like this area right here, um, what I did was I made these flowers look like they extend over into this space. Because you don't, I mean, you can see products, right? You can see products on the shelves. So I made it extend out to the right side. It looks really cool. I'm going to have that on my website very soon. And then, oh, this was the virtual copy, so I can edit in Photoshop. And then the last couple, these are probably my favorites right here. There was a black flower, like a black rose. And so usually if you look on hashtag Michael's Challenge, all of the pictures are like super spring, summer, which they should be, right? It's super bright flowers. And I just thought like we should hit it with like a dark, somber feel. And so I had her rock the black flower and just kind of give me that empty stare. I still feel like it's a little bright. I mean, we can drop the exposure and go in Photoshop and brighten her face up, or we can even do this and just come down here and put a vignette on it. Right, like that kind of looks dope. Let me see how far I can go without it looking cheesy. And I think right there, that looks pretty dope. This one more close up. I think we add the vignette there. That's gonna look really good. Yeah, see? Yep, that's so dope. And then a black and white one, because you gotta do a black and white one all the time. This was kind of our shoot. Had so much fun. Thank you, Michaels. Thank you, Melissa. If you want to do a shoot like this, like I was even thinking, I posted on my Facebook, go on Goose Flock Photography on Facebook and tell me where I should go next. Like I will show up at any store. I don't care. One of my suggestions was the meat market at Costco, because I know a guy that works there. Like I would do a shoot in the meat market. I would do a shoot in In-N-Out. I would do a shoot at, someone said Party City. Like that'd probably look pretty cool because it's a big warehouse. But I hope you enjoyed just looking at some of the proofs and some of the edits and seeing why I do what I do. I enjoy it, so I hope you do too. All right.